Before gods ruled the sky, before thrones, lightning, or divine law, there was something even gods would never dare to command. Not a monster, not a rebellion, not chaos, a depth. So deep that falling was not a punishment, it was a disappearance. The Greeks called it Tartarus, not because it was evil, but because it was final. This was not a place built to scare humans. It was a fact that scared gods. A distance so vast that power became meaningless inside it. No throne could reach the bottom. No authority could echo back. Tartarus was not beneath the world. It was beneath everything that could ever be beneath. And once Tartarus existed, the universe was no longer free. Because from that moment on, every god understood something terrifying. No matter how high you rise, there is always something deeper than you. Tartarus is often mistaken for hell, but hell judges, hell punishes. Hell decides who deserves to fall. Tartarus does none of that. It does not care who enters it, god or monster, titan or hero, innocent or guilty. There is no moral logic here. No reward, no sentence, only distance. Tartarus exists as a structural truth, not a system of justice. It is not built to correct behavior. It does not watch. It does not wait. It simply is. A place so far removed from everything else that return is not forbidden. It is irrelevant. Nothing escapes Tartarus, not because it is locked, but because escape has no meaning there. This is why Tartarus terrified the Greeks far more than hell ever could. Because morality can be negotiated, distance cannot. Darkness is not what defines Tartarus. Darkness still exists inside the world. Tartarus exists outside comparison.
The time of separation.
It is the maximum possible depth,
The ancient power.
the farthest separation reality allows. Imagine falling not through space, but away from relevance itself. Time thins, identity dissolves, memory loses traction. Not because Tartarus destroys you, but because it does not hold you. Everything else in the universe is connected. Tartarus is defined by disconnection. This is why the Greeks never described it clearly. Any image would reduce it. Any metaphor would lie. Tartarus is not meant to be seen. It is meant to be feared conceptually. Because once a depth like this exists, no being can ever claim completeness. Something deeper always waits beneath the claim. Tartarus does not arrive with intention. No one creates it. No one summons it. No one chooses it. It appears as soon as a structure appears. Once the universe gains shape, depth becomes unavoidable. Because form implies direction, and direction implies below. Tartarus is the consequence of existence becoming organized.
The will of the gods is heavy upon us.
Before
The
Gaia,
end is
space
near.
existed.
We must obey.
But once ground exists, depth becomes real, not symbolic depth. Physical, existential depth. This is why Tartarus is primordial, not because it acts, but because it must exist
Tartarus.
once structure exists.
Υποκείμενο στο κόσμο.
The Greeks understood something subtle here. The universe does not begin with control. It begins with limits. And Tartarus is the first limit that no one controls. Gods are powerful because they rule. They command space. They impose order. They decide outcomes. But Tartarus does not respond to commands. You cannot rule distance. You cannot negotiate with separation. This is why Tartarus frightened the gods more than chaos ever did.
Look upon the
Chaos
face of
had
the
no
abyss.
intention. But Tartarus had consequence. A god could fall. Not symbolically, not morally, literally. And once fallen, power became useless.
The strike.
Lightning cannot bridge infinite distance.
Incredible.
Authority cannot echo across absolute depth. Tartarus was proof that divine power had a boundary, not a wall, a void, a place where being a god stopped mattering. And that knowledge reshaped how gods ruled the universe forever. Tartarus has no guardian, no judge, no warden, no ruler. Even later myths that assign monsters to Tartarus miss the point. Those beings do not control it. They are trapped by it. Tartarus is not a prison built by authority. It is a condition that authority cannot undo. This is crucial because it means order does not rest on absolute power. Order exists only because something deeper always threatens collapse. The gods rule not because they are unstoppable, but because they fear falling. Tartarus keeps order honest, not through morality, through inevitability. Chaos was possibility. Tartarus is limitation. Chaos allowed anything to emerge. Tartarus ensured not everything could return. Chaos opens, Tartarus closes. But neither has intention. This is where Greek cosmology becomes precise. The universe does not move from chaos to control. It moves from openness to constraint. Tartarus is not opposition to chaos. It is the shadow chaos casts once structure appears. Possibility creates depth. Depth creates consequence. Without Tartarus, chaos would be endless. With Tartarus, existence becomes directional. Things can now fall, and falling can now matter. Nothing about Tartarus is cruel. Cruelty requires intention. Tartarus has none. It does not want suffering. It does not create pain. It simply removes return. This is why the Greeks never moralized Tartarus. It was not evil. It was structural.
The depth awaits.
Just like gravity is not
profound.
evil. Just like depth is not malicious. You fall because falling exists, not because someone hates you. This worldview is deeply Greek. Tragedy does not require villains, only structure. Later, when
finally
titans
rest.
are defeated, they are not destroyed.
It is over. It is over.
They are sent to
We will not
Tartarus,
forget this.
not as revenge, as removal. The gods do not kill their predecessors. They distance them beyond relevance. This is important. Power does not erase rivals.
Great ones.
It buries them beneath consequence.
We remember the ancient past.
Tartarus becomes the final answer to uncontrollable force. Not death, disappearance. And this choice defines divine politics forever. Every god rules knowing Tartarus exists. This creates tension. Power floats, but depth waits. The throne is never secure, only elevated. This is why Greek gods are anxious. Why they fear rebellion. Why they punish early. Tartarus is always beneath them. Silent, patient. Order does not exist because power is strong. It exists because depth is stronger. Without Tartarus, order would have no cost, no risk, no consequence. Depth gives order weight.
Tribute.
The deeper the possible fall, the more carefully power behaves.
With the unknown.
This is the paradox. Tartarus stabilizes the universe by threatening it. Humans rarely enter Tartarus in myth. Not because they are protected, but because Tartarus is not about morality. It is about scale. Tartarus exists to remind gods that even they are not absolute. Humans fear gods.
Regardless of the cost.
Gods fear Tartarus. This hierarchy matters. Philosophically, Tartarus is inevitability. The knowledge that no system is final, no rule eternal, no power complete. Summoning always lies beyond control. This idea shapes Greek thought profoundly. Tragedy is possible because Tartarus exists conceptually. Without Tartarus, failure would be reversible. But with it, mistakes become permanent. This is why Greek stories hurt. Because consequences endure. Gods rule aggressively because they know depth waits. They are powerful, but not secure. This anxiety defines Olympus. Future wars are not born from hatred. They are born from structure. Depth creates fear. Fear creates conflict. Tartarus makes war possible. Even when gods rise, Tartarus remains. Unchanged, unimpressed. Depth does not evolve. Tartarus does not rule the universe, but it defines it. Because power only matters when something deeper exists beneath it. And now with depth established, the universe is ready for something new. Not space, not ground, not fear,
The time
but
draws
force.
near.
A force that does not push downward, but pulls things together.
Let the change begin.
A force that does not threaten collapse, but creates attraction. In the next episode, the universe does not sink deeper. It begins to desire, and that desire will be called Eros.